good morning, everybody. I hope you are having a great day. I need to apologize for my puffy face, and if by chance I have any sneezing issues, forgive me in advance. I have some sinus stuff going on today, so I'm not feeling especially well. However, I still wanted to be here for you guys today. And today what we're taking a look at is how our expectations of other people can actually create more conflict in our lives, even if we don't mean it. Even if we think that the way we're thinking is correct and that it should be the way we think it should be. So I wanted to talk to you about that topic, but first of all, I wanted to say, yay! You're into February. You're doing a great job. You're making life happen. You're continuing to move along, and just acknowledge yourself for all your successes and everything that you're doing. And just know that I'm so proud of you. I know every day it takes work, no matter what your personality, no matter if you're like a super positive person or if you have difficult things that bring you down, it's important to know that you're doing a great job, right? It's just the way life is. It's just your experience. And you can help yourself experience it differently. You can help yourself experience it in a more positive light. And you can help yourself clean up the stuff that brings you down. And that's why I come here each and every day. Because I spent so much of my life feeling heavy and weighted and feeling down. And it was just really tough. So much so that I wasn't sure I'd make it. Literally. And so I come on here to help people that are struggling with negative thinking, or they're doing really well, but they just want to bring more positive into their life. And also to help those to realize, even if you're struggling with negative thinking, you're doing really well. It's just something that you're struggling with, and that's okay. So I had a couple questions today that I wanted to address. The first one that came in was more about if I let go of these expectations, I feel like that's what I need in my life. If I let them go, will people then take advantage of me? Well, here's the thing. If we have proper expectations, they're right on. But sometimes we have expectations that we feel like they're right on, but they're limiting us. So for example, if you have an expectation or a belief, some of these things we can just call them a belief. If we have a belief, so for example, if I don't chew my nails, I can't focus. Or if I don't bite on my cheek, I can't pay attention. Or if I get too much sleep, right, like more than 5 hours, then that's just too much. I'm wasting time. So 5 hours is good, but anything more is wasting time. So we may have expectations and beliefs. It's not just an expectation. It's a rooted belief from a long time ago. Then those things can limit us. So if I have an expectation, here's a good one I was just working on with someone the other day. I'm really witty. So if I let go of the negative thinking that helps me get witty thoughts, then I won't be witty anymore. So we had to take a look at that and realize that expectation collided incorrectly. And so now we can take a look and go, oh my gosh, I can be witty without the negative thinking, without that put down. So these are really great things to become aware of when we have these expectations and belief systems that have us combining things that don't match. And then the other question I thought was really great. How do I know if I'm setting incorrect expectations or if this is really legit and I'm just not sure? Well, here's the thing to take a look at. Look at what this person is going through and what is it you're expecting. So let's say, for instance, you're in a family situation and you're expecting that person to be emotionally available. Ask yourself this question, are they already emotionally available? Do they know how to deal with their own emotions in life? Do they know how to be a kind person? Do they know how to, and then fill in the blank for what you're expecting of them? And if the answer is no, then your expectation is too high. Now, I understand that you would expect that from a family member or a loved one, but it's important to realize if you're expecting from them something they can't do anyway, then it's an incorrect expectation and you will find yourself hurting every single time because they cannot do what you're hoping they can do. So then the one being unfair is you. So it's important to take a look at what we're expecting of that person And you can allow yourself to kind of play this game, right? And it helps you to kind of take a look at, what am I expecting of this person? Is it fair of me? And so you can take a look at this person's behavior and their actions and ask yourself that question. Can they handle these things in life? Can they handle dealing with emotions? Can they handle talking about emotions? Can they handle talking about whatever the topic is you want to talk about normally? Or are they only able to deal with it with a particular person because maybe that person can guide them? So in asking these questions, it's almost like you're becoming an investigator, right? Private investigator. Let me figure this stuff out. And then you can ask it of yourself too. So am I able to handle this topic in this area? And if the answer is no, then you've got two people that are not able to handle a topic. Not a good combination. So what can help in that area? So let's say, for instance, if you're not even sure, right? If you have been in a negative relationship with this person, so then take a look. Are they saying something negative? Are they being supportive? And if you're not sure, are they being a little cheeky? Then you can ask. When they say something, you can ask them, what do you mean by that? When you say that, I feel like, and put in the feeling, so I feel sad, or I feel inadequate, or I feel angry. And it doesn't have to be, I feel angry. It could be, I feel angry because that feels unfair. Because I think when you say this, you mean this. What do you mean? So asking more questions of what that person means instead of internalizing or interpreting will really help. And I want to thank you guys, those of you who are popping on. If you have any questions or this brings up anything, just let me know. And I'm on my phone right now, so if it doesn't pop up and let me know, I'll answer after. But it does pop up, I'll answer it right here for you. And those of you watching the replay, thank you guys. You're really just investing into yourself, and you get to be so proud of yourself for that. So the other thing that you can allow yourself to do is check and see, how can I set a boundary in this situation? So a boundary can look like 4 sentences. There's a couple more, but we'll go with the 4. And I can go into more detail with you if you have more questions about it. So the first sentence in setting a boundary with somebody is really to create connection, like some positive statement. So for example, I appreciate we're having this conversation. I appreciate you're sharing what you're sharing. And it could be, if you love this person, I really love you, and I really want to understand. So just a connection in that first, it's a positive statement. So it helps that other person know you really care and you're really trying to make it work. Let's say you don't even like the person, but you're in communication, like somebody you work with or somebody you just are at the grocery store, and you just say to them, I appreciate we're trying to get on the same page here. So it doesn't even have to be like super positive, but it gets you in that positive space where the other person is open. So then the second statement is to share with the person what you hear them saying or what you see them doing. So what I hear you say is, what I see you're doing is, what I think you mean is. So it's helping you get on the same page as them. And then the third sentence is, because you shared already what they said or thought or did, you're now going, well, I think this, I feel this. So be careful. Sometimes we collide what we think and feel. A feeling is literally a feeling. So share the feeling. Like, when you said that, I felt inadequate. When you said that, I felt sad. When you said that, I felt angry. When you said that, I feel lonely. When you said that, I felt guilty. So it really helps you connect to the feeling, so they're connecting to your feeling, versus when you said that, I think you're trying to make me feel guilty. You hear the difference there? Or when you said that, I think you're trying to make me mad. I feel like you're trying to make me mad. So notice they're not the same thing. What you think is your thoughts, what you're making up about it, the story you're making up about it. What you feel are the emotions that come up. When you separate them, you're helping the other person to understand your processing, and how you feel is not wrong, but what you think might be incorrect. So you can stand by what you feel, and you can understand what you think might not be what they're trying to say. And so it can help you parse them. So then somebody's not attacking how you feel, they're addressing how you think. And then once you're able to shift how you think, it'll change how you feel. So if you're thinking somebody's trying to attack you or instigate you, you can say, I think you're trying to attack me with that, and I feel really sad about it. Explain to me more what you're trying to do there. Explain what you mean. Or, I don't understand. Help me out a little bit more. Or, when you said that, I thought this, and I felt that. What did you really mean when you said that? And so it helps you get on the same page as the other person instead of assuming. It helps you remove any expectation, like they're supposed to understand me. I'm not supposed to explain myself. They're supposed to know. I've already told them. So it removes those expectations of that. It gets real clear. And then the fourth statement is to be able to share what you need. And so the need part is, I need for you to explain that to me a little bit more. Or I need to share with you a little bit more what I meant, because it sounds like I thought I was being clear, but you're not understanding. So let me be more clear. So I need. And it could be I need and looking at what they need. So share with me what you need in this situation, because I want us to get on the same page. The wonderful thing about setting boundaries, it helps you get clear of your expectations. It helps you get clear of what you had expected of you, what you had expected of them. It helps you to also get real clear on your communication, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you think they're thinking. And then you can ask them, I need you to explain that more. I need us to get on the same page. I need to understand. I need to get more clear. Whatever it is you're letting them know. And it may be when you said, fill in the blank, I feel so upset and I think I'm not hearing you properly. I need to take a deep breath. Give me a second. Okay. All right. Let's start over. I need us to start over. Let's start this again. And so whatever that looks like, it's helping you to get real clear. And it's helping you to really help that experience and help them and help you. And then it allows you to be able to reject or release any expectations or any beliefs that you were holding on to that you realize, oh my gosh, that's not true. Oh my gosh, because of the relationship that I had with that person, I had this belief about them. I had this belief about what they were saying, when really they were saying this and they were meaning this. Okay, I can release that and I can let that go. And that helps you to just go, whoa, I can release so much of that pain. I can release so much of the labels that I've been putting on them or this topic. I can release the labels I've been putting on myself. Like, I can't listen, I'm not good enough. I've got, and fill in the blank of the expectations you've had on yourself, the limits you've had on yourself. And it allows you then to create that connection. It allows you then to realize what it is you're thinking and feeling and what it is they're thinking and feeling. And as you practice that, people who don't know how to do it and who do not understand emotional awareness and conversations around emotions, they're learning as you're doing that. Their brain is automatically learning because that's the way our brains work. And so that will then help them to release expectations on you, like, oh, you've been so reactive. I thought it was because you just hated me. People think that. Or you defend yourself so much when I'm trying to talk to you. I just felt like I couldn't talk to you anymore. Because they had those expectations. They had those beliefs. And so now it's also helping them release those expectations because they're very clear about what you thought. They're very clear about how you feel. And they realize, whoa, when I said that, then she thought that and she felt really sad. That's not what I meant at all. I need to say that differently so she can realize what I meant. So that helps the two of you get on the same page much more thoroughly. Now, I know when I'm answering a question, there may be more to the story, or there may be something that I didn't quite get, because there's like, as you're hearing it, you might be like, oh, well, what about this and what about that? Definitely ask me those questions. Each scenario has so many possibilities. It gives you more practice and it gives you more opportunity. So practice these setting boundaries, practice these 4 sentences. So that way you can really get in there with yourself and your communication and sharing your emotions, as well as get in there with the other person. And just remember, ask questions. I don't understand. I think you meant this. Is that what you meant? When you said this, it feels like you're meaning this. Even though you're saying this, your tone and your body language, it feels like this. It feels... Oh, look, see, I just did it. I said it feels like that's a thought, where instead it would be, I feel sad, or I feel guilty, or I feel overwhelmed, or I feel stressed, or I feel... And that book that I shared with you guys, this one here, that's why I share this one with you, because if you take a look, it breaks them down in just a few, which I like. And many of that, all of them will fit into these. So number 1, bored, kind of like, I'm so tired of this. I'm so over this already. Number 2, anger, like this is unfair and unjust. Number 3, guilt. Guilt is basically saying that you've done something wrong and need to clean it up. Or somebody might be accusing you or being accusatory in the way they say something. So you might feel that feeling of guilt. Like, I feel like you're accusing me of something here, because I'm feeling guilt. So are you accusing me of something? So it helps you to get real clear. Number 4, sadness. Number 5, loneliness. Number 6, inadequacy. Number 7, stress. Number 8, fear. And number 9, these are secondary emotions. Frustration being a secondary emotion, because if the other emotions aren't handled, frustration comes in. Then a 3rd level of emotion would be like depression. So when we get so heightened in emotions and frustration gets so high, we kind of need to depress them to calm ourselves down. And so when he's speaking about depression, it's not like you're living in depression. That's different. That's where we stay there and we're getting stuck in this process. It's more like it's coming up and it's there to help you work with it. So a level of depression where you get stuck is maybe you've had this consistently over and over and over and over, and you haven't been able to work on it, and it keeps bringing it up. So these 10 emotions allows you to go, okay, let me take a look at what it's falling in, so then I can share what emotion I'm feeling. Now you might find there's an emotion you can't fit into that category, and that's okay. It just allows you to work with these, and you'll see that most fit in these categories, to keep you on a really simple playing level when you're talking with people and when you're understanding your own emotions. So I do hope that answering these questions has supported you today in seeing, oh my gosh, I thought this was a correct expectation. And, in some cases, like in family situations, we might think it's a fair expectation that I understand us and that they listen to us and that they love us. But if they don't have that ability, then that's not a fair expectation. We're putting on somebody something that they can't do. And if they've never been able to do it, that's pretty much proof that they can't do it. Now, they may have a level of what they can do, and if you choose to work with that level, then you have to learn to work with yourself and get yourself to that space where you're okay to do that. And being able to ask questions with them and set boundaries with them, so you're feeling safe in that relationship, and so are they. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they're reactive and angry and they feel like they're not good enough, then they're feeling just those same things with you. And they think that it's coming from you. So when you create this, you're establishing that connection, that understanding, and those boundaries. You'll also help them feel safe with you. So it's really beneficial as you're learning this and practicing this. Now, this is big stuff and it's super intense, and it also depends on different things that you're going through. So you may also need to have help from your therapist. You may also need to have help from whoever it is you're working with. I do this emotional awareness work and the understanding of negative thinking work, and I've done this with folks. But if you feel like you're not ready, work on it for yourself So then you can have a really comfortable, safe conversation. And it's about being able to shift your thinking. So if your thinking is, this is okay and I have to deal with it, then that's an improper expectation of yourself. If you're thinking, well, this is just how family is, but it's unhealthy, then that's an incorrect expectation of yourself. If you're thinking to yourself, I have to keep this negative experience to help myself move forward in life, then that's an incorrect expectation. There is no negative experience you need to stay living in permanently, period. Period, exclamation point. It may need to be temporarily, like in a job or until you can figure out how to handle a conflict, but it's temporary. It's not permanent. So if you see this is something that's consistently happening and you're not sure how to work it out, and you're implementing these tools and it's not working out for you, it just means that you need more practice within yourself and you need more practice with somebody to help guide you. So allow yourself to know if you have an expectation that says you can't ask for help. Incorrect expectation. If you have an expectation that says nobody knows how to help me, incorrect expectation. It just means that there's been people along the way that didn't. And you just get to find the right person who can. So take care of you. Know that you've got this. Know that you can practice this. And now you know how to practice these boundaries. Now you know how to share these emotions. And now you know how to look at all of these different things to set yourself feeling good and the other person feeling good. So your relationship is safe. There are no incorrect and inadequate expectations on each other. And it's just like so much more ease-filled and so much more relaxed and safe for yourself and for them. So you take care of you. Have a beautifully blessed day. Please take a look at the post that I've been posting about, the 5 steps in 7 days, because this will actually add, that post will actually add to this for you. And let me know what day you're on. If today's your day 1, let me know. And what other days you're on. I'd like for you to practice it for 7 days. And you'll get into the habit of it, and you'll just see how easy it is. It's just adding fun into your life, noticing when you're thinking negative thinking, jotting it down without judgment, noticing what you can replace it with, and just feeling so much better and calmer in your life. Take care of you. Have a wonderful, wise Wednesday. And consider yourself hugged. Bring it in, all the way in. Great, big, squishy, squishy, squishy hug. And if, like me, you're not feeling well, an extra feel better hug. You take care of you and know that you're loved. And I'll talk with you soon, tomorrow. Thankful Thursday. Ciao.